Welcome back to the woods at Lone Pine Tarot, or welcome for the first time if you're just finding me. For today's pick a card reading, we're standing at a crossroads where a sudden twist in your fate lingers ahead. 3 paths stretch out before you from the forest shadows, each revealing a possible change the cards foresee next for you. It could be a twist that shakes your foundation, but with guidance to find steady ground. It could be a surprise that opens unexpected doors you never saw coming. Or it could be the revelation of the breakthrough that you have been waiting for if you trust where it leads. Take a look at these 3 pile leaders. Over here on the left for pile 1, we have the card of empowerment, or if you'd like to choose by a number, that card is 45. In the middle for pile 2, we have the pile leader of contemplation, or the number 29. And over here on the right for pile 3, we have the card of clear endeavor, or the number 39. Pause here if you need a moment to choose and decide on your pile, but when you are ready, your timestamp is waiting in the description. I'll see you in your reading. Hello there, pile number 1. Welcome to your sudden twist in fate reading. And of course, as you recall, you were drawn to the pile leader of empowerment and or the number 45. So with that being said, let's put your pile leader over here to the left and start by drawing your oracle card spread. So calling on spirit for your highest best good today. Tell us more about this sudden twist coming for them. Something unexpected for pile 1, something that's about to change, thank you. What do you want them to know about it? Alright, I'm drawn to this one here. And we received, we have the priest with the element of air. And the keywords are perseverance and faith. So I almost wonder, pile 1, if recently you've been on a path of having had to have faith in something or persevering with something. And of course, when we persevere or have faith in things, oftentimes it's because, well, number 1, it's a goal that we really want to see fruition of course, right? Because why else would you persevere with it? But number 2, it can be because we have not, so far at least, seen success with whatever this particular goal is. That usually is why we do have faith in things when it comes to our goals in life, right? Is because we don't have the external validation of success, at least quite yet. And I think that combined with your empowerment card that you were drawn to as your pile leader, I'm almost wondering if the twist is related to something finally developing regarding whatever it is you've been persevering with or that you've had to have faith in. So let's keep going, of course, but that's at least my first intuitive inkling with what's going on here. And then we have your Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I almost wonder if a Strength card might come out. Oh, actually, no, we have Kindred Spirits. So it almost looks like, I believe those would be 2 geisha. I might be incorrect on that. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe those are geisha, right? And Kindred Spirits makes me think of maybe 2 people working on something together, or perhaps part of your goal has been to try to find kindred spirits in some way. Or for those of you so far that aren't really recognizing what this is, you're like, well, I haven't really had a goal that I've necessarily had to persevere for a super long time on, or maybe you're saying I'm not really resonating with the kindred spirits thing. I almost wonder if the twist is related to either maybe another, a partner coming in with this goal, hence why there'd be a kindred spirit coming in and being a part of the energy of all of this. Something along those lines, or, I almost wonder if they might empower you in this goal too. Let's draw your Lenormand to be sure. Okay, Spirit, 2 Lenormand on. Okay, well, it's 4 Lenormand, but we'll take them. Thankfully, it's a small deck, so we have plenty of room, but... Alright, I think that's 4. There might be even 5. No, I think that's 4. Okay, so this was the first one that came out, so I'm going to draw this one to begin, because Lenormand is kind of dependent on how you draw the cards and how you read it. So we have the Bard or the Writer as the first one, which usually means a new development, so I think a lot of you might actually resonate with this not being completely like you're not 100% aware of all of this yet. I mean, of course that makes sense because it's like a twist reading. It's like something you're not expecting, but I think it might especially surprise you based on the writer coming out, because that card tends to represent like news or something kind of being announced, or like a message coming forth that we didn't 100% expect, or also it's a card of things happening quickly because the writer, as you can see, is riding on a horse, and so it's like that motion or like that speed of things occurring a lot faster maybe than we expected. And then we have the girl or the child, number 13. We have lots of 1s and 3s. And then, of course, 1 plus 3 is 4, which is stability. And then we have the mice in Lenormand, number 23, a 3 once again. And then we have the bouquet or the flowers with number 9, which number 9 was also a number with your 45, which is, 4 plus 5, of course. So a bit of synchronicity with the numerology here as well that I'm seeing. And if I were to read the Lenormand, well, I'm going to tap into Spirit 1 second here. I don't know if they want me to read this as like one whole message with all 4 or like 2 separate messages with them. So let me tap in. I'll see. Okay, I'm hearing 2 separate. Okay, so we'll read them as like 2 messages. So the first one, reading the writer with the child, that can mean something about a message that is like new, which I know we already kind of saw that newness energy with the writer in and of itself, but especially in Lenormand, the child card often represents things that are like young or they're youthful or sometimes naive, but really I see it more as like the newness of something. So I think you might get a message soon or news soon regarding this goal, or maybe someone, especially with the kindred spirit interpretation, where it's like you get a message from someone who's like, hey, actually, I'm really interested in helping you with this thing that I noticed that you've been working on. Or it could be too, like, say you have a business or you're at a company where you work in like hiring people, like say HR, or you're a manager looking for someone. It could also mean that you're getting like the right person to like recruit very soon. Maybe someone who is younger. That can also be one interpretation of the youth or the child in Lenormand, someone who's younger than you, right? And then actually what's really, really awesome is with the mice and the bouquet. Normally the mice in Lenormand is a negative card because typically, I mean, you can see here they're like eating away at the stores of grain. Not such a great image, right? We're kind of like, uh-oh. That's why it typically means like theft or like the loss of something. But the bouquet, my friends, often represents a gift of some sort. So I almost wonder too, there's like a second factor of this unexpected twist where not only is this message of like newness or someone younger coming forward, this news around that as part of the twist, but then you also have a gift regarding something that so far has been a loss or a decay of some sort. So I almost wonder if it's like you, maybe they bring something forward that really helps like stifle the decay or loss of something, especially for those of you that do have like a business and you're resonating with that particular interpretation. It's almost like this person that brings this message forward and potentially helps you is someone that like prevents that mice energy from actually affecting your business either like longer than it already has or like stops it entirely. So, because I mean, even if we connect that with the empowerment card too, like your pile leader, it's like there's someone who's like empowering you to do something. There's someone who's helping you persevere too, bringing back that keyword from the faith card, or sorry, the priest card. I almost wonder too if there's some sort of like religious or spiritual connection you have with this person because the priest did come out. Now that might not resonate with all of you, of course, but maybe you meet them through some sort of spiritual group that you're a part of. Maybe that's why you're already kind of kindred spirits. But yeah, just to summarize everything so far, the twist is really just new energy coming in, possibly a person, as I said, younger, and then on top of that, some sort of I was going to say hate for some reason. Aid is what I meant to say. Some sort of aid that helps you stop the loss of something. Okay. Oh, that's another interpretation. The mice can also mean the theft of something. So it could also mean that maybe like they come and they bring like greater security is a keyword that I'm hearing intuitively. So it's almost like their gift stops something from being stolen might be another interpretation of this particular spread. Okay. Now with that being said, we do have to look at your tarot cards too, but let's grab those. Okay, so Spirit for pile 1 here. Lots of really good developments coming, it seems. Do you want to say anything else about how this will all go down and what's coming? That's seemingly like a really positive twist. It seems almost kind of like a blessing reading to me. Something coming forward that helps a lot. Okay. So those are the first two cards. We have speaking of theft and loss and literally preventing it, we have the Seven of Swords reversed, pile 1, and that typically, well, upright, it's kind of like the mouse or the mice card, in that it's like, oh, the loss of something, or someone's getting away with being sneaky or stealing something. Reversed, it's literally they get caught with it, or they are stopped from, like, taking from something. Okay, so we have that kind of as, like, a synchronous confirmation of what the mouse card was saying. And then you have the Sun reversed, which, of course, usually is, like, a negative card, because it would mean like the loss of happiness, loss of joy, or like a lack of truth in some way. I see that more as just like the energy reflecting of what's been going on. So especially combined with the Seven of Swords reversed, I almost wonder if like a lot of you have been dealing with theft recently, or like people doing underhanded things, or maybe especially like if you're in a hiring position, like you're resonating with that particular example that I was talking about. It's possible that maybe like you had to let someone go because they were being really sneaky with the company, and then now all of a sudden like you get someone who's actually like trustworthy and secure, and like you know that they're going to be a good employee. Just one example, like I said. But in general, I think whatever this goal is, I don't know, there's just a lot of upswing so far with improvements in that area. And then these are kind of like past energy cards, the first two cards in my spread. So let's keep going. We'll have the Heart of the Matter card. I feel like drawn to this one. Ooh, we have the Nine of Pentacles with a watermelon harvest. And we do have 9 repeated again. So remember, 9 with empowerment. We had 9 here with the bouquet, the flowers. And representative of the meaning of 9 in numerology, it's like the completion or near completion of goals. And 9 of Pentacles specifically represents a situation where we are finally getting the fruits of our labor. Like, he was harvesting the melons here. Like, he worked so hard on putting, effort, resources, time into that crop, and now he's actually, like, reaping the rewards from it. So I feel like this is, especially being the main Heart of the Matter card for you, pile 1, that's, like, the main twist really coming about, is whatever that you've had to persevere on with this goal, or maybe trying to find someone to hire, etc., you're going to succeed. You're going to reap the fruits of your labor after a long period of hard work. Okay, so beautiful. Then we have, in the 4th position, the King of Cups reversed, which might be some advice. I tend to read the 4th position as an advice card, and also near future. And then last but not least, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Can also be some advice too. 2 court cards too, and court cards in tarot can sometimes represent people in the situation, so I'll kind of explain what kind of people those cards represent, just to, because they might play a factor in this whole situation for you. So a King of Cups reversed, pile 1, can mean someone who tends to be older, tends to be masculine energy, tends to be probably a water sign, and on top of that, even if it's not like those specific traits, a King of Cups reversed is someone that maybe is like emotionally immature, or someone in the situation that has been kind of like, I'm trying to find the best phrase for it, like maybe even there's been someone that's been like emotionally abusive up until this point. Maybe that's part of the energy that's going away. And then 2, the Queen of Wands reversed tends to be feminine, tends to be like not older, like, but middle-aged, maybe up to older, fire sign person. And on top of that, like, beyond the signs and the age and gender or whatever, the Queen of Wands reversed can be a person who is, like, vain or kind of, like, self-obsessed. It's kind of like a person who their confidence is turned so high that they are almost, like, maybe narcissistic would be the word, I guess, or just, yeah, so those aren't necessarily, like, the best energy cards if they've been people involved in the situation so far. Like, no wonder why maybe you've been looking for, like, replacements for people. Maybe even that energy represents a person who was that trickster or that Seven of Swords energy that you've already been trying to remove or have removed from the situation. And then 2, like I said, it can also mean advice, okay? So the King of Cups reversed can be advice in the situation just as you go forward. Like, don't get me wrong, pile 1, like, you are going to reap the fruits of your labor with the situation, but these cards are like, spirit advice in terms of just trying to like encourage you along further. So number one, King of Cups reversed would be like, I almost feel, now this isn't a traditional interpretation of the King of Cups reversed, but I almost feel like I'm being told that don't let the sadness of the theft or the loss of what happened before or whoever was being sneaky get you down. It's almost like a King of Cups reversed and not, or like making sure that you're not drowning in the sadness of something is almost what I'm hearing. Like they are saying, like they sympathize with what happened or whatever the loss was, but at the same time, it's one of those situations where it's almost better to just leave it in the past because there's so much good coming for you in the future based on like the Lenormand cards that came out, and then of course obviously your other Oracle cards. But yeah, I'm hearing it's like don't drown in the sorrow, look forward to the future instead. Like just kind of let the past go, and then I mean obviously that'll help a lot with the like when things improve for you is what I'm saying. But, like, I wonder if, like, you especially tend to kind of get mired down in the sadness of, like, things that happened in the past, which, I mean, of course, like, we all do at times, pile one, but I'm almost wondering, too, because the Queen of Wands reversed is your second advice card / like, the outcome card is, like, there's something that maybe, like, affected your confidence, because that's usually what her advice means in terms of it being reversed, is, like, you need to be more confident about something, you need to be more secure about something, so, I almost wonder if it's like you felt affected in the past in terms of like the reason why you would be like extra upset about it was because like maybe people blamed you for like the lack of security on something, like they got mad at you for the theft even though like it wasn't your fault, but it's like, oh well, you should have been watching that, or you should have been doing, ABC, whatever. But it was like at the same time, how on like I can tell from these cards like it wasn't your fault. So it's why Spirit, I think, is telling you to be more confident with the Queen of Wands reversed, and then same thing, too, with the King of Cups reversed, like, to not get bogged down in the sadness of what happened, because I almost wonder if you're a little bit too hard on yourself based on what occurred in this, whatever was going on in the past. Like I said, I feel like someone was being sneaky is kind of how I would describe it for all of you, but, I mean, that also taps into your pile leader card with empowerment. It's like feeling empowered in some way rather than feeling as if like we have lost our power, and also feeling confident again after a time of feeling kind of insecure based on events that happened that like you blame yourself for, even though from like an outside perspective, and like me as a tarot reader seeing these cards and picking up on things intuitively, it's like I wouldn't blame yourself for that, pile one. This just feels like, I don't know, it's just one of those situations in life where, oh, it's so unfortunate, like you tried your best, and you did the absolute best that you could, but then at the same time, it's like they felt like they just had to blame somebody, so, like, they just blame you, like, that. I've had that happen at jobs before, too, pile one, where it's like, oh, it's so crappy when it happens, too, so my condolences, like, if you're resonating, especially with that part of the reading, but at the same time, I don't know, it's like Spirit just saying, like, just let that go, like, just, it's not your fault, like, don't take it to heart. Just travel lightly in the future in terms of your mental burden and in terms of your feeling of responsibility for whatever occurred. And I think, too, part of this twist is by having this new person come in or this new energy come in that is secure, and there's someone that helps, like, prevent loss or, like, fix the decay or the loss of whatever this was. It's, like, you'll realize, like, everything will be fixed, number one, but, like, number two, that it really was, like, the person who did the sneaky thing that was wrong. And I think, I don't know, like, I know you already know that, pile one, like, obviously, but at the same time, it's like other people maybe in the situation, like, say, if it is at work, it's like the other people, your coworkers at that particular job, they'll realize, oh, like, we really maybe just needed a different type of person. Does that kind of make sense? Like, I don't know. So I think that's part of what this new person or energy will bring, is that, I don't know, like, new perspective to other people involved, so that they know, well, even to yourself, too. Because it's like, it wasn't so much that you failed, it was just that other person in the beginning was, like, the wrong fit for the job. Obviously, of course, if they were being sneaky, but in general, too. And it's possible, too, that maybe they weren't even stealing in, like, a literal way. Maybe it's just that, they were kind of pessimistic, or they weren't very, like, nice at work, or whatever goal that you were working on together. And so that kind of like stole from the situation, not in terms of like a literal physical thing possibly, but in terms of like the energy of everyone involved. And maybe it was just like dragging you down too, in which case pile one is just, I don't know, Spirit's just saying, please have faith, please persevere, it'll turn out okay. And so in this case, like the unexpected twist, I guess to summarize for you, is something happening that completely turns a situation where there was loss and where there was a lack of happiness completely on its head in a different direction, possibly through the influence of like a new person that's a kindred spirit coming forward, okay? So just keep an eye out in the next few weeks here, maybe within the next month too, for like some sort of news or message to come forward, especially with the Rider or the Bard that came out there as your first Lenormand card. And then to like, if you are like hiring people right now, like say you work in HR or you work in some sort of management role where you control like who gets hired, who doesn't, I would look at maybe younger people or like a younger person. Maybe you already have applicants, in which case like you might already recognize who that is, pile one. And also too, like we have so many numbers repeated. We have 3 a lot, we have 9, we have 1. So maybe some of those numbers might, I guess I'm trying to think. There might be some synchronicities with like maybe like a birth date of like a hiring applicant that you've looked at or something like that, or like the day of their interview. I don't know. All of you might resonate with that in a different way, of course, but beautiful. Looks like things are going to perk up, pile one. And I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that is it. Pile one. Okay, so that was your unexpected sudden twist reading for today. Thank you so much for sitting down with me to enjoy the tarot reading. If you liked the reading, if it resonated with you, if it, number one, helped you, that's what I care about most with these readings, is that you feel helped in some way. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much if you choose to do any one of those 3 things, if not more than one. And as we say in our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or your night, and I will see you again in the woods sometime soon. Bye, pile one. Hello there, pile number 2. Welcome to your sudden twist reading. And of course, as you recall, you were drawn to Contemplation and or the number 29 to choose your pile today. So we're going to set your pile leader over here to the left and start with drawing your Oracle card spread. Well, actually, we're also drawing Lenormand cards today, but you know what I mean. So let's start calling on Spirit for your highest, best good. Spirit, could you tell me more about pile 2's sudden twist in the near future? What's unexpected? What's going to change? Thank you. Okay, I feel drawn to this one. Ooh, we have the Astronomer with the element of air. Lots of air energy in the readings today. And the keywords are discovery and augury. So I almost wonder, pile 2, if part of this unexpected twist is like you realizing or discovering something, which is kind of fitting with your pile leader, because with the term contemplation, and I'm just realizing this, she is looking up at the sky, although you don't really see stars up here, but well, I guess there are stars. They're kind of in the background behind the clouds in the scene, but she's looking up the sky, she's contemplating. It's like, oh, she's realizing something. She's really thinking deeply through things. So it's either something that you've been already like deeply thinking about, like deeply being contemplative about, or it's something that just very soon you'll realize while thinking one day, oh, wait a minute. And it's this discovery that changes everything. Okay, but keeping that in mind, let's keep going with your other cards. I don't know, it sounds kind of exciting though. Maybe some of you are into astronomy. Spirit, anything else you want to say about this discovery? Ooh, we have the dog, number 18, which does add to 9, and we do have 9 twice here, which, you know, 9 with the 18, and then 29, yeah, obviously 9 is the second part. So we have the dog, and actually, normally I read Lenormand based on how the cards are drawn in order, but this one did fall on the second side, so I'm going to read that as the second card today. And then your first card will be, ooh, the owls or birds with the number 12 or 3 if added together, which is air too. Of course, birds we always associate with air. So mental thinking, communication, and that's literally what the birds mean in Lenormand, is communication. So reading these two together, it would be, because Lenormand is like a sentence where each card is like a word, it would be like communication or talk about loyalty or a friend, because that's what the dog represents in Lenormand. So communication about loyalty or a friend, a discovery in that area. I wonder if you might realize something about a friend or someone that you're very close to. Let's see. Your Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Realizing something about a friend. Or the loyalty of something. The dependability is also another word to use with the dog. Dependability. Then we have centering. Like centering ourselves. She's sitting in a mirror, it almost looks like. Holding flowers close to herself. Centering. And is that, almost looks like, this is really hard to see on camera. But it almost looks like there's a caterpillar eating her wing. I know it sounds really odd, but it's almost like a caterpillar eating a leaf, but it's her wing. I just realized that. I've used this deck for like years. Like something eating away at something that's been bothering you perhaps, you know, using eating away as a phrase that we commonly use. Eating away at something and centering. Centering. You know, I might just draw an extra tarot card on centering to be sure. Of course, we'll draw your main tarot spread too, but I'm going to do that right now for at least that card. Spirit, what do you mean by centering? Okay, I already kind of see 2 cards, so I'm actually going to take these 2. And we have number 1, the 9 of Wands, which is like determination with something. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which is like something happening very quickly. Lots of fire energy. I wonder too, if you're already recognizing who this friend is that you've, perhaps if you've already been contemplating them a lot lately, they might be a fire sign pile too, because that's what Wands are in tarot. Or possibly air too, because you did get that with Astronomer. But centering with the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So that would mean determination to go quickly. I almost wonder, this might not resonate with all of you, but I almost wonder if you recognize who this friend is, like they want to go very swiftly or quickly about something, and you're not so sure that like either that they're going to see it through or they'll have like the resources to see it through. And by resources, what I really mean is like mostly like their ambition or their willpower, or like there's something that they're doing that's just a lot more fast than you're expecting, or like a lot more like their success is faster than you expected, and especially with centering, I don't know, it's very mysterious. Let me think about that for a moment, pile 2. Because it's with determination as well. Like they're determined and it's quick with centering. I'm still kind of stupefied by that, I'm going to admit. Let's draw your main tarot spread too, because that will provide greater insight. But yeah, just to summarize so far, as I said, I think it's about someone that you know that you're close to. And you're going to make a discovery about them. Let's see. Be curious to see if we get a lot of other Wands cards, or I almost wonder if the High Priestess might pop out, because that's the card of mystery. We have the World as the inciting incident card, which often means like the end of something, or maybe you've been contemplating ending a friendship. Maybe that's, you know, I wonder, I bet you that might be part of what it is for some of you, because centering is kind of like, you know, returning back to base, or like returning back to like the things that we should focus on, and just remembering like, okay, one thing at a time, and not getting so caught up in the chaos of things. Whereas like the 9 of Wands and 8 of Wands, especially 8 of Wands, is kind of chaotic energy because of how quickly it is. So I wonder if you've been wondering, like, should I pull back from this person? Should I maybe end this friendship, or like end this thing with them? Or I wonder if part of the unexpected twist here for you, pile 2, is you realizing, well, I don't know, maybe it's like they do something and you're kind of wondering, well, maybe that would end things. Very curious. Let's keep going. We have, Judgment, which is like leveling up. It's like, I think that is the Monkey King, technically. Yeah, with 10-10, Judgment. Leveling up, something moving on to the next level, or like the next world. Lots of major arcana so far, too. At least these first 2 that popped out with your main spread, which usually means like a major milestone in life, the way that, then we have another major arcana with the Emperor reversed as the heart of the matter. Yeah, like something being out of control, or lacking structure, lacking authority, or like lacking organization and like well, as I said, like lacking structure around something. You know, pile 2, do you have a friend in your life right now, or at least someone close to you that's kind of chaotic? Because that's the energy I'm getting off of this reading. Like, I think, I don't know, it just screams like chaotic person to me. Like, not necessarily negative, but at the same time, there's some twist coming with this person. I almost feel like, huh. And then we have the 5 of Cups reversed, although that's actually a really good sign, especially as your near future card, pile 2. I'll say this. I don't think, like, no matter how you're resonating with this particular reading so far, I don't think it's going to end up in a bad way, though, because you just got the 5 of Cups reversed, which, like I said, is a good card to get, especially reversed, because usually it means, like, overcoming a sadness or overcoming a hardship that's been bothering us emotionally. Sometimes it can also mean, like, recovery from, like, a relationship that wasn't working out, because cups in general and tarot being water are the suit of relationships and emotions and our connections to other people. So I think it actually might be like an improvement with this person, or it's like their energy is removed from your life in a certain way and in a quick fashion, especially with that 8 of Wands. And then it's like you overcome a sadness of some sort. So actually this, at first I was reading this particular card spread for you, pile 2, and I was like, oh no, this might kind of like dishearten them, especially, I mean, I guess it depends on who this person is to you. But then that 5 of Cups reversed came out, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Actually, this might be kind of positive. Maybe some of you were kind of nodding along, and you're like, yeah, this person's been kind of negative. Maybe you've already been contemplating cutting them out, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't get the feeling that they're a mean person necessarily, or at least, like, not all of you might resonate with that. But at the same time, I don't know. That 5 of Cups makes me think it's actually kind of a silver lining sort of thing. And then we have the Page of Wands as the outcome. Okay, which we did get finally a Wands again. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if you get more Wands. Makes me think if they are a fire sign, probably like a younger fire sign, because the page tends to be like a youth in tarot in terms of who they represent. I don't read pages as like either gender, so I'm not really getting a specific masculine or feminine energy off of them, but 2, as an outcome, the Page of Wands can mean like the freedom to explore things creatively. I almost wonder, pile 2, if part of the issue that, if you're already recognizing who this is, part of the issue that you've been having with them has been around them like blocking your creativity or like blocking your expression in some way, especially because the Page of Wands is someone who's dancing, and typically Page of Wands energy is like creative and exploring the things that make us feel alive or ambitious. Like I almost wonder if it's like, especially the 9 of Wands here earlier, it's like they were determined to kind of strike things down. Maybe they kind of struck down a lot of your ideas too. Because communication comes up a lot here too because of the owls or the birds, and air with the astronomer. And let me look once again at the keywords. Yeah, that was discovery and augury. So discovering something. I almost wonder, I think they might be just leaving your life soon, and you're not really expecting it, pile 2. And as I said at first, I was kind of like, well, I hope that isn't like a really negative type of reading, because like, I mean, I want to be an honest tarot reader, but at the same time, like, I don't like delivering negative news, but I choose truth over sugarcoating. But at the same time, I don't know, that 5 of Cups reversed came out, and I'm like, you know what, actually, you might be kind of happy about that. And look how happy the Page of Wands is too. He's like having a grand old time, he's dancing, right? So I guess to summarize, pile 2, the unexpected twist is I think this person is maybe not necessarily leaving your life, although that is possible, but it could be just like their influence in terms of the way that they affect your ambitions or your creativity is reducing. And also, too, with the Emperor reversed, I feel like there's an element of chaos with them. They don't seem very organized. They don't seem very structured. Some of you, that might be, and I know I said that they might be younger because of the Page of Wands. However, you do have an influence of slightly like father energy with the Emperor reversed. Tends to be, an Emperor reversed is like a negative father figure, or like someone with like negative fatherly energy within your life. So that could also be like an uncle, if not like a father, right? But, or a grandfather too. But it's one of those two things. And then I don't know why, but I think they've just been holding you back in some way. especially because of the Judgment card. It's like, that's the card of like, okay, I'm ready to go to the next level. I'm ready to level up. I'm ready to go to like the next world, so to speak, in terms of like, and then the world right before it is literally like, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm ready to just close this chapter and I want to move on. That's the Judgment energy. But then the heart of the matter is this chaos energy or negative fatherly energy or like lack of structure, lack of organization. And then the unexpected twist is, I think they very quickly, for some reason, like your hardship with this person comes to an end because of the Five of Cups reversed pile too. And then, yeah, Page of Wands is you're free to explore, you're free to be creative. Some of you, I almost wonder, the Emperor can also be like a leadership card, or like reversed, it can be like a negative leader. It might be a manager of yours too. Maybe if a manager has been holding you back in terms of your ambitions or like your ability to actually express yourself or your creativity, like at your job, that might also be like who is very suddenly like, I'm not saying they're going to get fired necessarily, although we do have a lot of fiery cards. It's kind of funny. I mean, not funny that they're losing their job if that's the case, but I don't know. If they've been really negative, maybe that is kind of funny. I don't know. Of course, I don't wish ill on anybody, but obviously if you've had like a really horrible manager, you're probably going, yeah, they're going to get fired. Yeah. Anyways, of course, not wishing ill on anyone, but yeah, it could be a manager too. So yeah, I would say manager or fatherly person, fatherly energy that's negative, or someone who has power but they misuse it. That's another interpretation of the Emperor reversed as well. And or someone who's been like kind of chaotic, someone who's been kind of impulsive can also be another word that's really coming to mind. And it's like finally after their influence is removed, fired or not, or removed from your life or not, like physically, then you're able to finally just like center yourself. You're able to, oh, I wonder if that's why that came out too. Because remember, I was really confused and mystified by the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands with the centering card. I almost wonder if that represents like your energy after this influence is removed, pile two. It's almost like then you're finally able to actually like get through your projects or get to your goals, because that's the determination of the Nine of Wands is, oh, I can see things through now. And then the Eight of Wands is that quick energy, as I was telling you about, like that ability to finally like speed through something, whereas before perhaps this person was that speed bump where like they kept blocking your progress, and then now it's like the whole world is your oyster. You're able to actually like move faster with something. So that could be actually what that meant at the very beginning. I just didn't click with it until now. But yeah, so I don't know, lots of progress coming for you, pile two. You're not expecting, leveling up too, and just like I said, the removal of this negative energy. This removal of a hardship of some sort regarding this person. Oh, and the other thing too, when the Lenormand cards came out, I did interpret it as the like communication of someone who is loyal, or communication that is like with a friend of some sort. But I almost wonder if maybe like they've been lacking communication recently too. That can also be another interpretation, especially with like the rest of the cards that came out. So that might be also what's been blocking your progress. Like I almost wonder for some of you if it's like, oh, like I'm trying to think back to when, like at my last 9 to 5, like, sometimes you'd be trying to do a project and then you're trying to like get things going like really fast, and then someone on the other end would just take forever to get back to you. And sometimes it's like they're not actually like that busy, they just don't want it, like they're just dragging their heels, and you're like, oh my god, I can't make any progress, this feels so chaotic. Then in that case, for some of you that resonate with that very specific example, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, communication might become more loyal again. Like maybe someone else steps into their role in that project and then things can finally move faster again. It's not so much like slow osmosis process. It's just finally the thaw comes, as I like to use that metaphor, like a river or a stream thawing. I use that a lot in my videos, and then just like whoosh, here comes the water. Everything is finally moving smoothly again. It's not so stuck in red tape and lack of progress. It's like we have the Eight of Wands energy of like, okay, now we can go through. Beautiful. So hopefully that is bringing a smile to your face, pile two. Like I said, not that we want anyone to get fired, especially this is like a job-related thing, but at the same time, I'm not going to lie and say that I've never been at a job before where when someone was let go, like a particular person that had been causing problems, that it didn't make the whole department or myself kind of breathe a sigh of relief, as horrible as that sounds. But sometimes, I don't know, let's admit it, sometimes there's toxic influences in our friendship groups or like workplaces, and it's positive when they do leave. Okay, so just keep an eye out for that. And in terms of dates too, I do want to pick out some numbers. We do, of course, have 9 repeated twice, with 1 + 8 with the dog, and then 9 in your 29. We have two times here with, of course, in the 29 with Contemplation, and the 2 and the 12 with the owls. And then, same thing too, we have 9 again here with the 9 of wands. So if I really had to pick out like a main number to look out for, like the 9th of a certain month, or like 9 days, or like 9 weeks or so, this is kind of a near future reading, though of course my readings are always timeless, so it really just depends on when you watch this video when that 9 might become prominent, or these other numbers that I've mentioned. Okay, but oh yeah, and then we also have 5 of Cups and the Emperor, which is number 4, added together is 9. So yeah, and then 20, 21, mainly 9 though. So keep out for synchronicities, or sorry, keep an eye out, I should say, for synchronicities with number 9 with timing, okay? But yeah, so that was your unexpected sudden twist reading for today, pile 2, as I said. I hope it brought a smile to your face. I hope this was more a reassuring kind of reading rather than like, uh-oh, someone's leaving my life. But at the same time, I think because of that 5 of Cups reversed, as I said before, this is like a positive development for you. So yes, yeah, hope you liked the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope that it helped you in some way. That's my number 1 goal with these readings. And if so, please like, please comment, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much if you choose to do any one of those 3 things, if not more than one. And as we say in our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you again in the woods sometime soon. Bye, pile 2. Hello there, pile number 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading on the unexpected sudden twist coming for you. And as you recall, you were drawn to Clear Endeavor and or the number 39 as your pile leader today. But with that being said, let us look at your whole oracle card spread and see what messages come through first. So, calling on spirit for your highest best good, of course. Can you tell me a little bit more about this unexpected twist, this sudden change coming their way? Thank you. And I'm feeling quite drawn to this one. Let's look at that. We have, the Musician with the element of water and the keywords of inspiration and gratitude. So I wonder if some of you in this pile are musicians, if you're into, say, some sort of instrument playing, maybe literally like, well, that's a lute, but, like a guitar or ukulele, modern string instruments, and or, of course, maybe singing too, instrumentation in general, composing. That or this reading might resonate with the unexpected twist for you being like an inspiration of some sort that you're not expecting. And it's interesting too, because with Clear Endeavor, it almost makes me wonder, like, something has been foggy so far, something's been really unclear in terms of maybe you deciding what you want to do with something or what you want to go after, and then all of a sudden, through, of course, like the keyword meaning, clear, something becomes that much more visible or apparent to you. It's like you realize, oh, that's what I want to do, or that's the direction I want to go in. And then you're inspired in some way. But let's keep going. We'll see what your Lenormand cards say too. You might get some unexpected twists just in the cards. That does happen. So the first one today is, the book. Number 26. And the book can literally mean knowledge of some sort or secrets sometimes too. Maybe some of you, the inspiration is related to writing a book of some sorts. Because sometimes Lenormand can be quite blunt. It's very like literal sometimes, at least compared to tarot. Yeah, let's see what else pops out. Maybe that is your creative inspiration, is the book of writing. And then we have the birds, which the birds in Lenormand tend to represent communication of some sort. So I wonder if some of you too might resonate with this, especially for those of you that are writing a book and you're just about ready to like submit it, or you're going to submit it, or you have just already like recently. You might be getting some communication of some sort based on that book that you published, or you're trying to publish, I should say. Or same thing too, like if it's like you're publishing music in some way, you might finally get communication back on it. Or in general, whatever it is that you're getting inspiration with soon, you're going to get some communication with it. You're going to hear something about it, or you're going to maybe feedback too. Maybe you've been waiting on feedback. Let's keep going. I don't know, a lot of different kinds of interpretations coming forward for you today, pile 3, but And 2, I wonder if it's something you've been working on since the winter, because especially with your Clear Endeavor card, it's like very prominently like the only wintry kind of scene card today. I'm kind of feeling intuitively drawn to the winter for some reason. Then we have, peace. Well, that's always good. Finding peace in some way, maybe peace of mind is kind of what I'm hearing intuitively for you, especially if you do get feedback based on some creative thing that you're trying to publish or you already put out there, you're about to. Like, oh no, it's going to be okay. Like, it's, something that brings you peace in that way. Or 2, like, if you haven't created the thing yet and you've been looking for inspiration, it's that you'll finally have the peace of mind of knowing, okay, this is the direction I want to go. You have kind of a different reading today compared to everyone else, pile 3. Everyone else was more like other people kinds of readings, or like, I'm trying to remember what pile 1 was. For some reason, it's already eluding me. I guess they all kind of blend together after a while, but especially recording one in a row, or one after another, I should say. But you are more about a passion of some sort today. Quite straightforward. I'm trying to see if there's any other intuitive messages that pop through here. Clear Endeavor, and then, the book and the bird together would be a secret communicated, or, I wonder if some of you, too, might not resonate with all of you, but I wonder if some of you might be hearing a secret about this thing that you're trying to do, or you're trying to decide on your path. Because the book does mean secret sometimes in Lenormand. So a secret communicated would be literally like someone gives you like an in into some sort of industry, like, oh, here's a secret, like this, go to this person, and like they're taking this kind of manuscript right now, like I heard them say this the other day. Or it could also be like, and for those of you, like, it's not a creative thing specifically, it's very possible that, like, say if you're looking for a job, it's like very similar in that they'd be like, hey, I heard this thing the other day that this person is looking for exactly like the thing that you do, or that you have like a really good resume for. It's something along those lines. And it's a secret that helps you in some way that's communicated very soon. And then water too with the musician. Water often in cartomancy represents like our connections and communications with other people, at least in terms of like our emotions and the people that we know. And so I think, it's like some connection of yours might really help you out in some way, is what I'm feeling intuitively. Let me pull, before I draw your full tarot spread today, pile 3. I'm going to pull one clarifier on the secret card, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on the peace card. I want to know what the secret might kind of be. I kind of already have that inkling that I think it might be something that helps you, but in terms of like, here's an industry thing, like, go here, this person's looking for this, as I said before, but I just want to be sure. Spirit, what is the secret about this unexpected one? We have the Chariot, like drive, moving forward, gaining control over something. Interesting. Drive, moving forward, reigning in chaos, something being balanced. Let me do one more. That's really cool, actually. Then we have the 3 of Swords, which usually means pain. I think it's going to sound really odd, pile 3. There's something here about the secret communicated is like someone who's having like pain with something, or something's been bothering them. And then it's some sort of communication that, I wonder if it's a secret that, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going like a million different directions right now, pile 3. You're probably like, well, she's going in every which way, because there's a lot of messages coming through right now, but it's basically like, Remember earlier when I said that part of this unexpected twist might be like you finally finding like a path for something or finding like the direction you want to go? I think that's part of this because that's exactly what the Chariot means with like, you know, having that drive forward or reining in the chaos and finally focusing on something specifically. And so I think the secret, like with these cards, is saying that it's going to help relieve the pain that you've been feeling so far, not knowing exactly where to go with something, for those of you that resonate with that particular interpretation. But at the same time, I think if it's like another person involved, which for some of you it might be, especially if this is more an industry kind of thing that you've been looking to kind of break into, or like a job that you've been looking for, etc., the secret is related to a pain point that they have that they're trying to like get rid of, or they're trying to like overcome. And it's like that particular thing is something that you can solve, or something that like you worked on before or have experience with, etc., or like is related to the thing that you've made in terms of creativity. And like because someone tells you about it, you're like, oh, that clicks just like that. That's perfect. Like I'm the exact what's the word I want to use? I want to say like you're the exact medicine or balm to the pain of whoever this person might be that would like accept your work or your manuscript, your music, etc., and or that would like hire you if this is more of a job situation. Okay, so I went like a million directions, but at the same time, like I was getting so many different interpretations with that Three of Swords and the Chariot. But yeah, the secret's something about like a pain point. Okay. And then let's look at the Peace card. I want to see what that's all about too. I think that'll just be the peace of mind you'll get once all of this is realized, of course, but I just want to be sure. Then we have, the High Priestess, which is mystery, intuition. You know, I think too, with this situation, pile 3, that you have had something nagging in the back of your mind. I think you might already kind of have an inkling, some of you, where this is going, or like where this might be coming from. Or you've already had an inkling about this direction that you could go in, but you haven't been necessarily trusting it yet. But the High Priestess is a card that encourages you to trust your intuition, because that's her reign of power. She knows the unknown, and she delves into the mysterious, and she trusts her gut, okay? I think, pile 3, if that resonates with you, you're like, yeah, like I totally have seen, like, or I've had this gut feeling, I know I should maybe go in this direction, or like this might be a good avenue to approach. This is Spirit telling you, yeah, go in that direction, because that will bring you this unexpected twist of, oh, this person needs this thing, and I have the exact remedy for the thing that they need, and that will help me make this progress that I've been looking for, this direction I need, and that like brings you this peace of mind. Okay, so follow that gut intuition, all right? All right, and then let's look at your main tarot spread. We'll draw that right now. Haven't gotten to your main tarot spread yet, pile 3. Lots of cool stuff coming out though, right? Okay, there's one. We have this one. Ooh, strength, look at that. Willpower, the ability to overcome that which opposes us. That is, I believe, the folk tale of Tamlin, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Tamlin. And then we have, the Magician. Look at all these major arcana, too. Like, you already have the Chariot, pile 3, and the High Priestess, which are major arcana, and now you have Strength and the Magician. And I'll tell you what I tell everyone whenever I have a reading that has a lot of major arcana. Basically, to me, as a tarot reader, that means that this is like a major, like, milestone in your life, like a major step or like a major change of some sort. So it's not a tiny thing this is going on. This is like a major thing occurring in your life very soon. And yeah, the Magician's about manifesting that which we desire, bringing our resources together, making sure that we are able to create or make tangible that which we've been dreaming about. And then we have, the Queen of Swords reversed. Especially as the heart of the matter, pile 3. The Queen of Swords reversed can mean, it can be a person involved, and a Queen of Swords reversed usually is someone who has been kind of a negative influence on the situation thus far, perhaps, or she's like feminine energy, and she's an air sign, perhaps, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Or it can mean someone if it's not just like their particular sign or gender, energy, etc. It's like someone who has been sharp with their words, or they haven't been very communicative thus far. Maybe you're waiting on communication in some way. Or, and some of you, another random message coming through, but I'll say it because it might resonate with some of you. I don't want to miss it. Is that maybe someone's already communicated to you, and at first it came off as really sharp, but then you realize there was kind of a secret in there that was actually meant to give you direction in some way. So if someone, especially feminine air sign, has said something to you recently that was a bit sharp, it actually might be something that's giving you direction towards what it is that you're looking for or the direction that you're looking in. Okay, just keep that in mind. Then we have the Four of Swords, being able to rest, which is very synchronous with the Peace card you have over here on the right. And then we have, the Ace of Wands, which is a very good sign for those of you, especially when you're resonating with the part of this reading where I was like, musicianship, music, creative endeavors, writing, all those things, because Ace of Wands is fantastic for creative endeavors, especially when it comes to starting something new, being an ace, because aces in tarot are all about new beginnings or like the new start or new energies with things. And especially for those of you that are writers, right? Because literally they're holding, it looks like an ink brush, which I guess can be like painting or writing, okay? Like art or writing, but either way, like really good forecast here for those of you who are, this is like creative project resonating with you, okay? But even for those of you, like it's more like a job, it's not necessarily a creative passion. That looks like a new job to me. With the Ace of Wands, like I said, it's a new beginning. It's a new energy coming in. Maybe your job is related to some sort of creative field, or at the very least, like, Wands does also represent ambition in tarot. So it's something that you're very ambitious about. It's like stepping up in the world, stepping up the ladder, I guess, career-wise. And that peace of mind with the Four of Swords upright, like Peace said over here with your Vintage Wisdom Oracle, it's like finally being able to rest in some way. So I guess to summarize pile 3, the first 2 cards, like Strength and the Magician, are Spirit kind of just commending you for everything that you've been doing so far. Like if Spirit were to give you a report card in terms of how you've been doing so far, you'd get like an A+, because strength means that, you've been persevering through tough times. You've been strong when other people would have, bent or broken. Like it's been very difficult. And then the Magician too is a card of like, despite the odds, like you've gathered the resources together, you're trying to manifest something, you're still putting your nose to the grindstone. And so just pat yourself on the back for that, because I am hearing kind of that commendation from Spirit based on those being the first 2 cards of your tarot spread that came out. But at the same time too, like, just be reassured, like rest, peace is coming, and then new energy as well with the Ace of Wands. Now, let's talk about the Queen of Swords reversed just a little bit again. Like I said, that might have been an influence in the situation, or like that figure that I said might have communicated something that came off as harsh, but really there was kind of a secret or a piece of help hidden within the words, even though they were maybe a little sharp. Maybe the person was not so good about communicating things. So for some of you, that might be how the Queen of Swords resonates. But also Queen of Swords reversed can just be a little tidbit of advice on this path, although you're already like well on your way to great things. Look at that Ace of Wands, right? Fantastic outcome. But the Queen of Swords reversed can mean that we need to think through things a little bit more logically, or like analyze things a little bit deeper, okay? And especially because you had clear endeavor in the beginning. I'll just kind of unveil that again. She got the poor snow angel got covered with so many cards. Over here, your pile leader, I guess I should say. She kind of reminds me of the Queen of Swords, because swords I at least personally associate with like the element of season of winter, and the Queen of Swords can mean someone that is like, especially reversed, like kind of cold or kind of frosty or frigid. It's like you're being encouraged to almost adopt more of that. I don't want to say cold and clinical, because that's like a negative connotation, but you're being encouraged to adopt more of, as I said, like that logical, strategic thinking. Like I don't want to say cold. Be a little bit more, not ruthless in the way of obviously like cutting other people down. That's not good, right? But more ruthless in your pursuit, even more than you already have been. And I think that will secure all the more like success for you. And when I say ruthless, I feel like intuitively what I'm hearing is it's more about being ruthless in terms of like, especially for those of you that it was a communication of some sort from someone that feels like that Queen of Swords reversed, as I was saying, or like you're waiting for communication back from somebody. Be a little bit more ruthless in your pursuit of hearing that response. Like, say if you have been interviewing for jobs, like maybe, obviously if it's been like a respectful amount of time after you've interviewed, maybe nudge again a little bit. Like, that's what I mean when I say ruthless. I guess determined is maybe a better word to use. Ruthless is a little bit intense, right? But that, or like if you submitted music or like a manuscript to somebody or art, like whoever is a part of that vetting process, like maybe be a little bit more determined in terms of saying, reaching out to them again. Because I mean, communication is a very strong part of your reading here, not just because of the birds from Lenormand, but like Queen of Swords reversed too can mean to communicate a little bit more, and also to like communicate in like a logical, like strategic way. Especially appealing to like the logic of, as I said, if you're resonating with like the communication about like, oh, this is a pain point that maybe you have like the balm to, therefore you'll get like accepted or hired in some way. Be very strategic about mentioning that then. Like, mention to this person, whoever's like the vetter or approver, or hire or whatever, hey, I have this solution to your pain point. And I think that might also kind of seal the deal for you here. Okay, so I guess just to summarize pile 3, your unexpected twist is some sort of secret coming out or something communicated that really helps you find this direction, or like find this, or maybe like landing like this job, or like landing this acceptance of some sort of creative project. Whereas like right now you might be feeling like, oh, my ends are kind of like, there's nothing really I can do. Like, I feel like there's no direction I can go in. I feel like I've exhausted every opportunity, or like I've exhausted every direction I could go in. This is basically saying from spirit that you have not exhausted every option. There is another one coming for you, and that's the one that you should take when it comes along. But just remember, as just one final parting piece of advice, I'll remind you of that High Priestess. Whenever she pops up in a reading pile 3, she means please follow your intuition with this. Okay, so as you're going through this process, follow what your gut tells you. And I think that will bring you to this new beginning with your passions or your creativity, your ambitions, etc., with that Ace of Wands. And of course, peace of mind with the Four of Swords and your Peace card. Beautiful. Very happy for you, pile 3. This looks very exciting. Oh, and also analyze communications closely. What people say might not be exactly what they mean. Especially if you do recognize a Queen of Swords reversed energy in this situation. She might have said things ruthlessly, to use the word again, I guess. She might have said things that were a little blunt or cold, but there might have been a little bit of a piece of help wrapped in it. It's like someone giving you a gift wrapped in ice, and you're kind of like, well, the ice kind of hurt my hand, but after it melted away, I realized, oh, there was a little bit of a treasure there, so keep that in mind. All right. So I hope the reading helped you. Number 1, that's my main concern with these readings, that you feel helped in some way, but also you liked it. It resonated with your situation. And if so, please like the video, or I can't talk today, the video. Like the video. Please comment. Please subscribe. And thank you so much if you choose to do any one of those 3 things, if not more than one. And as we say in our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or your night, pile 3. And I hope to see you again soon in the woods. Bye.